along to our first session here on Full-Time. Want to extend a shout out going out to our sponsors, Racecraig Motors. Of course, they're down there on Grey Street. First of all, we say a big good morning, morena to Raa Walker. Kia ora, bro.
Yeah, kia ora, g'day. Hello, boys, and a big bonjour to JT over in the land of pizza. Before, I think it was a bonjour when he was in France. Now he's all over the world.
Indeed he is. Also joining us from up there in Pyro, from Niwa FM, we have our man Rino Wilkinson. Morena, bro.
Yeah, morena, boys. Morena. Always good to be back on a full time on a Saturday morning.
Indeed it is. And we say a big buongiorno going out to our man over there in Roma, I believe. Kia ora there, JT.
Yeah, buonasera, boys. I'm at a bar in Roma, Italy, with some whānau from the East Coast, Coastie, and we've had a couple of beers and a couple of vinos, and we're having a great time, and it's lovely to be here. But I'll tell you what, boys, it's even lovelier to be on the show today.
Indeed it is. Lovely also to have you join us. Now, you know, last weekend you were at a wedding, I understand, and it looked like a real nice event over there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, JT?
Well, I'll tell you, boys, it was quite a marvellous occasion. The best man, the groom, and the groom's father got up and mentioned Lois and I, the fact that we travelled all the way from Australia for this wedding. So it was quite well received. And at the end of the wedding, I was asked what was the differences or the similarities between the wedding in New Zealand. So there was two major differences. So what it is, boys, is they have the wedding ceremony. They have a few beers. They have a band for the first 3 or 4 hours. Mm-hmm. Then a DJ for 4 hours, and then they pull the guitar out for 4 hours. So by the time the sing-songs all finished, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. So it was a great night.
Wow!
And the only difference was there was less speeches at the Irish wedding, and there was no fight.
Oh, that's a bit shocking. So you obviously enjoyed yourself over there in Ireland. You know, I saw some great pictures that you were taking over there, JT.
Let me just reinforce what I said last week. I've been to a few countries in the world, and the two best ones are Jamaica and Ireland. The people in Ireland are just the absolute best. They just love people from New Zealand. If you ever get the chance, boys and I, Rino, you're looking to perhaps head in that direction yourself. And Ireland is just a great, mate. They love Kiwis, they love Māoris. There's a lot of similarities between the Māori thoughts and feelings, perhaps towards oppression and colonialism from the British and Irish, exactly the same. So if you get the chance, head across there.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you're able to head over to Rome, and you've got some great images on Facebook there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Rome itself?
Yeah, so we went to Barcelona from Ireland after Italy, after the wedding, and now we've been in Rome for 2 nights. We've just been out with some whānau from the East Coast, Margot Solid, Tania Hunter, and a couple of others. So, look, we're having a great night. We're here in Rome. It's always good to catch up with whānau from home.
Absolutely.
Rome is a really historic city. We've seen lots of exciting and stuff that we've seen as kids growing up. And one of the ones that I really wanted to do was go to the Colosseum, which we did today, and we did a tour throughout there. And mate, just some of the stuff that we heard, and it was 60,000 people baying for blood, and all the stuff that you see on the movie Gladiator and carry on, mate. It was just absolutely amazing, and I just can't speak highly enough of what it is to be walking in that place. Look, I've heard people in the past saying, it's a toughie sort of a place because of what happened there. People were died, people were killed. But in my opinion, boys, if you live that sort of life and you wrap yourself up in cotton wool, then you're not going to live. You're not living. So for me, it was always going to be one of those things that I wanted to do, I wanted to see. And, I'm just so glad that I've been fortunate enough to go to the Colosseum today and visit down into the bowels of the building and see where the lions and various other creatures were held, and the slaves and everything else, mate. And look, while it was sad, it was also very, very inspiring.
Right. Awesome. Awesome stuff there, JT. So, the Coasties get all over the place. So how did you happen to run into to the whānau that you're with at the moment over there, bro?
Well, it's a good thing these days called social media, and one of my friends, Margot Solid from Ruatoria, put a post up that she was heading to Europe for the Netball World Cup of all things. And her daughter, Paris's father, Eugene Mackey, is a cousin of mine. Fortunately, he's passed away. But anyway, so look, I said to her, look, we're going to be in Europe around the same time. Can we catch up? We sort of matched our itineraries up, and so tonight was the only night we're going to catch up.
Right.
So here we are in Rome. We've had like I said, mate, I've got a few beers on board. And I sent you guys a picture of how big the steins are. It's a whole 1.5 litre, and I'm at number 6 for those. So won't be long before I'm going to bed. But mate, get the chance to meet up with whānau from home, away from home, and even better, I met up with an uncle of mine, Sam Mahuika, who's lived in the USA since 1969. His wife works for the US Homeland Security Department,
right.
And they had a chance in 2014 to come across to Rome and do a secondment for 5 years. So it was good to catch up with them yesterday.
Cool.
They had some good local knowledge, and we hung out, we drank some vino, and as you do in Rome. And look, mate, like I said, it's just a great place. Europe in the middle of the summer. Where else would you rather be? Absolutely.
Well, you mentioned the Netball World Cup, and of course, and we're going to lead off with that. Now, we were able to release our stuff about that on Wednesday. What did you think? I mean, because you were over, and at least you were over there in that area of the world. What was it like for you, bro? What was it like?
We were kept up in our hotel room on Sunday afternoon local time. But I've got some of the whānau. Well, actually, all of the whānau here were there in Liverpool for the victory, and I can let's give us a hey. This whānau travelled all the way across to Liverpool, and they were there on the edge of their seat for the victory. Like, you know, and mate, it's a marvellous thing. Unfortunately, a week earlier, the Black Caps couldn't quite get the job done, but you know, big ups to the Silver Ferns. I love netball. My wife's a big netball fan, so that's probably why I love netball so much. And if there's only one World Cup we win this year, hope it's the netball.
Awesome stuff there, JT. Now, we certainly did talk about the netball on Wednesday, didn't we, Reno? One of the things I didn't realise, after doing a little bit of research, I discovered that the 1979 Silver Ferns actually saw off the 2019 Silver Ferns onto their journey over there to England, which was a real nice sort of thing. It was just great for those old 1979 Silver Ferns just to get together and gather together and, you know, reminisce about their victory over there. I think it was in Jamaica. So that was pretty awesome, Reno?
Yeah, it is. When you got that history, I think they worked it out from this win just gone on Monday. It had been 16 years prior to that, and prior to that, it had been 16 years before that. So let's say we don't wait another 16 years. But when you address it like a 1979, when they came out as well, go back 5 years ago, my mum was there in 1974 when they played the World Cup over in Hawaii. And she still talks about that today, right, and reminisces on the good times playing the netball over there. So, it's a lot of history there, and it's good to catch her mumsy the other day and talk to her about that stuff. And, she was emotional like everyone else was. And when you think of 1979 netball, nowhere near it is today.
Very different.
Didn't get paid, obviously. Very, very different. And pleated skirts, I would guess, mate. But, how it's all changed and how things have turned around. And it's just good you remember that, Yeah, that's cool stuff, eh? It's just what sport's made of.
I know, it is what sport's made of. I mean, it's just, it's endearing, and not just that, but this is how different it was. I think there were 3 winners of the World Cup back in 1979, if my research, and I'm pretty sure I'm spot on with my research on that one, is right. So it was shared with the Aussie team, and I think it was Trinidad Tobago, if I remember correctly. But that was like 40 years ago, and it was just, some of the legendary names like Yvonne Willering and Lois Muir, names that will be etched, I dare say, in netball history, Reno?
Oh, yeah, you can now add to that, I would guess, the name of Casey Kopua.
Yes.
That will be along with those names, especially in 40 years' time, with a lady who's been through highs and lows throughout her netball career, and to sign off and seal in a World Cup like that alongside with her friends Laura Langman, Maria Falau, and so many others. Katrina Orore, we spoke about, who turned her whole life around in netball. But yeah, those are the stories and the memories. You're touching on something that's 4 decades ago.
Yes.
When you think going forward, you're going to hear the stories. You still hear it today. Your Sandra Edges, all those type of things. Margaret Martinga, Margaret Forsyth, Rita Fatialofa. The names just carry on with some of the netballers. Tracy Olin stand in the back. But yeah, the list just continues on, mate. It's just good to see the celebration after what the Silver Ferns have done at Liverpool and winning, and even better now to see that Sky is going to be jumping on board as the sponsor who stepped up to do the winning bonus. $25,000 each the players will get. So that's Sky pledging their contribution to what the Silver Ferns have done since Monday morning our time winning the World Cup.
Wow, would have been awesome, especially where you were, JT. Were you able to get out and celebrate the victory for the Silver Ferns on that day, bro?
So it was Sunday afternoon, and we were a little bit under the weather, but we went to a country pub in a place called Kalani, which is in the south of Ireland.
Right.
Let me tell you, the further south you go in Ireland, the harder it is to understand it. But on the TV, the Netball was playing, and we were sitting next to this, like one of the locals, and I'm going to give my best impersonation of a Southern Irishman. I don't know, on Wednesday. So, mate, I'm sitting there going, what are you talking about, mate? We're blah, blah, blah. The netball. So, if you can make head or tail out of that, you're a better linguistic, you've got better linguistic skills than I have. But look, tell you what, mate, it was absolutely, we raised the roof, myself and my wife Lois, she's a massive netball fan. And even the Irish, because, was beating Australia. So, look, to win the Netball World Cup, it's just a massive, massive achievement. There's 3 World Cups this year, the cricket, the netball and the rugby. And if you said to me before the start of the year who was the least likely to win, I'd definitely say the netball. But, big ups to Nolene Taurua and her crew, Debbie Fuller, used to be Debbie Martoy, and all the fossils, mate. I just can't speak highly enough of what they've managed to achieve this year for netball New Zealand. It wasn't that long ago when New Zealand netball was losing to Malawi. I mean, boys, did you know that Malawi even played netball?
Not till they beat the Silver Ferns last year. Exactly. Had no idea, bro.
Yeah. What a so, mate, Nolene Taurua should be cast in bronze. If she doesn't get the Coach of the Year in the New Zealand, whatever they call it, Halberg, I'll take out Aussie citizenship.
What do you reckon about that? Aussie citizenship for I don't think that, because honestly, no, even if Shag is able to win the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup, surely the coach should go to the coaching honours should go to Nolene. Surely, shouldn't it, Reno?
Mate, where do you start? You would think so, but you know the answer to it already, Keithy. We all know the answer to it. And he's bowing out on the high if he can do the three-peat, and the record will speak for itself. A lot of people would guess, especially netballers and most netball fans, on heart, the reality of your answer to your question would be Nolene Taurua, with what she's done with the Silver Ferns team in a short span of time and where she's come from. Didn't get through the interview process and such. But the bigger one is going to be the Rugby World Cup. But the first thing, mate, is they've got to win the bloody thing first.
Yes, exactly. That's very true. Now, what do you reckon, Raa? If Shag is able to win the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup, you reckon he'll get that Halberg Award, bro?
Yeah, probably, Keithy. I mean, he's 3 against 1 title. Is sort of like the odds are stacked in his favour. But I don't know, personally, I'd like to see Nolene take it just because of this, it's that triumph over adversity. They had to do it the hard road, and I'm not saying that the All Blacks are going to have it easy, but if you've really got a couple of world titles under your belt, as opposed to having none, I reckon maybe the ones who had nothing should get something. I don't know, but in our rugby league country, I think the rugby boys will probably
more than likely.